The BRICS alliance, made up of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has been quite a topic of discussion since it started. Some people thought it could be a powerful group of emerging economies to change the world, while others had doubts about its potential. You know, like admiration and skepticism all mixed up. They had big goals, like enhancing global cooperation and achieving impressive economic growth among member countries. But the reality hasn't quite matched those aspirations. Economic growth has been a bit uneven, and they haven't always been on the same page when dealing with global issues. It's been a bit inconsistent. Sure, they did create the new development bank and the contingent reserve arrangement for better financial cooperation, but those efforts haven't exactly rocked the world stage yet. And sometimes it seems like their individual interests overshadow their joint initiatives, which makes you wonder how cohesive they really are as a bloc. Lately, though, those internal differences have become more noticeable. You've got China and India having some geopolitical tensions, China having territorial disputes with its neighbors, and Russia being pretty assertive in its foreign policy. With all that going on, finding common ground on important matters has been pretty challenging for them. And not all member countries have been growing at the same pace. China and India have been the stars in terms of economic growth, but the others have been struggling to keep up. That's raised questions about whether they can really foster equitable development and progress together. Now get this, they're thinking about expanding their alliance to include more countries, like Saudi Arabia, Argentina, Egypt, Iran, Cuba, and Kazakhstan, to name a few. But hold on, that might not be the best move, It could just make things worse if they don't address their internal divisions first. It might dilute their effectiveness and create even more disunity. China seems all gung-ho about expanding, but some folks are skeptical about whether a larger group would accomplish much beyond just complaining about American dominance. And there's the issue that neither China nor India currently have fully convertible currencies, which doesn't make them super attractive to other developing nations seeking alternatives to the US dollar. Instead of going bigger, maybe they should focus on areas where they actually agree and can work together effectively, like joint investments in infrastructure, technology, and sustainable development projects. That way, they can show the world they can truly collaborate and make a positive impact. So, despite all the hype about the BRICS being a game changer, they haven't quite lived up to their ambitious goals. Some folks are starting to question if they're really cut out for it. But maybe, just maybe, if they sort out their differences and focus on real cooperation, they can still make a mark on the world stage. Time will tell, I guess.